This is the best Kevin Durant has ever been in any NBA 2K, my team excluded. The combination of skills, 3-level scoring, unique animations, and new weapons that NBA 2K26 gives KD, it just takes him to a completely different level. So in this video, we're gonna discuss why this KD might be in my Mount Rushmore of NBA 2K players. First, he's got a unique skill set. The ability to shoot over triple teams, just splash over anybody like they're not there, and now his ability to change directions and dribble at a speed that we've never seen KD do before, it's just taking him to a completely different level. So let's first take a look at his faster, shiftier, and more explosive animations. First, just take a look at his escape combo move, which is done by holding R2 and flicking the right stick from right to left or left to right towards your ball hand. And just take a look at how quick this is, man. The first thing you'll notice is that you can combo out of it very easily, and second, the speed and the distance that you cover with it, adding that extra momentum at the end, which you can use to burst out of or combo into your explosive launches. So against Kawhi Leonard, for example, we get that first combo move off, shifting Kawhi's feet around, launching with that aggressive behind the back launch, and countering with a step back jumper that's less floaty compared to 2K25. And the other great thing about this combo move is that the momentum it generates moving side to side, for example, can be comboed with any of your moving shots. And one of the big improvements to KD in 2K26, I think in general, most of the NBA players now, you can launch out of the same side with a quick explosive launch immediately after that combo move. So gone is that float dribble that he has out of his same side launches that was present in 2K25. And it unleashes KD, releases the shackles of that dribble style with something more explosive and with 92 ball handle, which is tied to the way you can change directions and stop very quickly. It just gives KD that my team like movement. As you can see here, comboing everything very quickly, but at the same time exploding much more aggressively allows KD that extra burst that wasn't present in 2K25. So let's take a look at his new tools in 2K26. First, give him that quick catch and shoot, no dip jumper by holding L2. It's basically a cheat code. KD's jumper is so smooth, his height is so unblockable that, it's just an extra layer of added cheesiness, if you will. And this is a new move for 2K26. Well, technically not a new move in terms of inputs, but it's called your crossover step back. So now it's not just a backward movement, but sort of a downward and diagonal movement. I like to combine this with the combo move that I showed earlier on. Gives you that nice side-to-side movement, forward, backwards, and diagonal, just to give you different angles depending on how your defender plays you and different counters which are at your disposal with a better dribble style, more explosive launches, and a combination of new moves and returning moves in 2K26 that gives KD a crazy arsenal to beat defenders off the bounce. So here's an example of just the combo move to the explosive behind the back launch to that snatch back dribble that generates a lot of speed at also a lot of distance. Take a look at how we shift Moses Moody around in that possession, just hitting them with all sorts of combos, starting with that explosive combo move. We can go misdirection, we can go behind the back launch, and if we get our defender moving backwards, use that snatch back dribble to just generate that space, and doesn't matter if they're gonna close out, you are freaking Kevin Durant. I will say that a lot of this looks unnatural, so it will be interesting to see if 2K commits to a lot of these types of archetypes being able to do these moves, because let me tell you, man, this KD from the base roster feels like a my team version of Kevin Durant. The way you're moving and grooving and just chucking and dicing and slicing the defense out there. Also, don't forget to use your cancel moves, which you can now combo very smoothly with your behind the back launch, something you couldn't do in NBA 2K25 because your explosive behind the backs had to be set up with a different dribble move first. But as you can see, man, KD can attack from anywhere, putting pressure on defenses and just read the defense and react accordingly wherever KD goes, he's gonna be able to finish. And this is still Kevin Durant, so he keeps some of his escape dribbles and different dribble animations from 2Ks of the past, but now a little bit faster. So his between the legs escape generates a lot of distance. It's now a little bit faster. He also has a nice float hezi out of his behind the back escape. We've also already mentioned the behind the back launch in the previous segment, but also his step back jumpers. They're just a little bit faster this year. There are still a bit some floaty step back jumpers in 2K26. I'm not gonna lie, but you're Kevin Durant, man. With I think Gold Dead Eye and I think Hall of Fame Shifty Shooter. This dude is just one of the craziest 2K players I've ever used in a base roster. And as you can see, even though he still keeps some of those rhythm and nice change of pace signature animations, he has that quick escape crossover that generates a lot of lateral movement and generates a lot of speed. KD also has this new triple threat go-to shot, which I love to launch out of, but I don't like it for the shot itself just because it's a very long sequence that covers a lot of distance. And with the way people can strip you off the ball out of these moves, I don't recommend using the full sequence unless you're on an island. But as you can see here, I use the go-to shot as a setup for my step back jumper, putting pressure on Jimmy Butler to his left with that nice quick launch, canceling out of it into a step back jumper. And just take a look at the distance between KD and Jimmy. It's just a crazy amount of distance you can generate out of these cancels. Or hell, if they get in a stun animations, which go-to shots are really good for, just get to the basket. I've also talked about the new post go-to shots in different videos, and KD has some really good ones. I love his shimmy fade, it's very quick. If you combo that with a lot of your dribble setups out of the post, you're gonna catch a lot of bodies there. He also has this nice, half spin up and under, which I'm not really too big of a fan of. But if you do his post go-to shot without dribbling the ball first, he will enter into that jab step swing animation into a shimmy fade. That looks oh so sweet, generates a lot of the distance, but it's still a bit floaty. So if you compare this KD to previous years, and if you just want to use him like you did KD in the past, you're gonna be able to do that at an elite level, shooting over everybody like this triple team right here, for example. Standstill contests, almost being completely ineffective. If you got a mouse in the house, just rise up, no problem. KD is the best he's ever been in any base roster, and it's pretty wild to think about since he's 36 or 37. But the speed of the game, the speed of his animations, the distance it covers, his unique skill set with an incredible player build just makes this KD one of the toughest matchups in all of 2K26, but also in 2K history. I think he's the perfect complement to the Houston Rockets roster, just giving them that apex predator type of finisher. So maybe he takes Houston to another level, but I feel like we've been saying that about KD for a few teams now. I'm wondering if he has a better year or he has a relationship with Ime Udoka, which could hopefully stabilize things better than his relationship with his previous coaches. But anyway, this KD is nuts. Give him a shot and tell them Chef Cruz sent you.